What up, to everybody? You are now under the black top where we try to get our act together and find strength and unity in the circle of life and friendship. I am Billy.
I'm Timbo.
And I am Ray. It's nice to be here. Nice to see you guys, man. It's been a little while. How you guys been? Billy, how you been?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Um, I think I might be a little stressed out in a good way because it's
Okay.
like things that require more of me. You just got to step up. So you just got to keep stepping up to get what you want, and that effort is real. But it's a cool time. It feels good. I feel like I'm growing, so I'm happy. How about y'all?
Man, I feel that growth is always good, man. So happy to see that you're going through that. Timbo, how
Yeah,
you been, man?
I've been okay. I have some good news that I didn't get a chance to share while we was getting ready, but we'll talk about it after. But yeah, uh, some good stuff is happening. I'm getting ready for my I'm going on vacation next month just for a little bit, a weekend. So I'm looking forward to that. I paid on the Airbnb and I'm getting stuff together. So
Oh, all right. Vacation is always fun. So good
yes, I
stuff.
need one.
Oh man, good stuff. I have been pretty good. Been doing honestly nothing but probably playing a little too many video games. But with that being said, it's been family time, I've been kind of posing it as that. Not even posing it. For those out there listening, if you have Xbox and have Xbox Game Pass, the best value in gaming. It's a lot of good games out there that are just kind of just free downloads that come along with the subscription. A couple of which Escape Academy is one that we have currently been going through and kind of been playing. And it's a really cool family game for those who like escape rooms because it essentially is just a virtual escape room and you have all of these little clues and you have to figure out how to get out the room. But because the room is a virtual room, being a video game, the stakes are a little higher, so you can drown or you can be burned or that kind of thing. So it's just really fun to sit here and kind of work as a family together and try to get out the rooms. Really
Right
cool.
out of the room. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, the whole
Yeah.
point is to escape the room. So
Yeah, so this is really cool. And then another one that me and the wife have been playing is called As Dusk Falls, and that is one of those kind of ones that kind of play almost like a TV show that you're watching. Like I wouldn't be surprised if it was like a drama. Like it seems like more story based. You can choose your own path. You choose what you can do if you tell the truth, if you don't tell the truth, if you shoot this person or not shoot this person. It's so many different ways to go. And from what I'm understanding, that the endings there's plentiful. So we are only in episode one. I think that there are about six episodes to go. They all take about 45 minutes to an hour. It's really cool. You can sit back. It's a cool party game, even because you can download an app and you can sit there and play with up to eight people. So eight people can all be sitting there watching the TV and choose what to say next, and they can choose what this person does next. And it's really cool. They have overrides, so a person can say, "Well, I want them to do this, so I'm overriding everybody, and this is the decision that we're making." And it's really cool. Just sit back and watch and see the ebbs and flows of these games. So it's been
which
really
one is
cool.
that one again?
That one is called As Dusk Falls.
As dusk calls. Okay.
Yeah. And then, of course, the kid and me, for the third game I've been playing, Horizon. Forza Horizon 5 is a racing game, but they have a new update where they put Hot Wheel cars in there. And it is
Mm-hmm.
so cool sitting there driving like life size Hot Wheel cars, and they got loopy loops and everything. It's amazing to play. And me and the kid just sat there and just played and had a great time doing it. So that's been a lot of my free time, just sitting back playing video games with the family.
That's right.
Awesome.
Yeah. Oh, and Wordle. I know I told you guys about Wordle. Still
Mhm.
doing really good
I
on
think I
that.
played Wordle before. It's
Yeah, you should.
interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Me and the family do it all the time. So me and my mom talk every day because she really tries to do it and she really gets upset if she does not complete the word. So her streak right now I think is pretty good though. So I'm going strong as well. So with that being
Mm-mm.
said, we can jump right into the episode with my regular segments. There, we can hit music. Timbo, what we listening to?
We listened to If My Wife Knew I'd Be Dead by CMAT. I believe that's what it is. CMAT. I don't think we ever got any clarity on that because it ain't like it was no tags to any of the music. So, but what did y'all think of the album?
Yeah, Billy, what you think about this one?
I liked it. This was the first album that I listened to from the start, reading the lyrics, and the stories just got me, man. So the music, nothing really stood out to me, super fancy or complex or like different or something I was looking for. Just satisfied that exotic itch, I guess, for music, but it was still good music. It was a good bit for the songs to lie on. And yeah, I like the stories. I like songs like Peter, the one about Peter. It's a wild song. Who writes a song like that? You know what I
It was
mean?
a good one.
Nashville was a pretty interesting song. Lonely was a cool song. Every song had a really interesting perspective and story to it, and it made me think harder than some of the other songs or some of the other albums we've listened to. Like I listened to the song and still I think I know what was going on. Then I go back and read what the song was really about. Like I want to be a cowboy, I think, and just completely missed the point. I was like, oh, I was nowhere over here. My interpretation was something completely different. But I enjoyed how she stimulated my brain. I did. And
Wow.
she said C Mac in one of the songs, so I believe it's C Mac. It's an
Okay.
acronym for her name.
Yeah. It's so interesting that you felt that way because I feel so similarly to you. And I went into this thinking that I wasn't gonna like it at all. Like, of course, this is something that we didn't think that we were gonna gravitate to. But when I looked at it and actually saw what it was, I'm like, oh, I'm probably not gonna really like this. But surprisingly, as I started listening to it, I really liked it. I loved the content. It was emotion filled. It was relatable. I like the simplicity of the melodies. I found myself replaying a lot of the tracks. I may have, even went on to the deluxe and listened to, the extra songs that
You
she
did.
added.
Just
Like
say you did.
it was it was really
See that you
good.
got
It
a fan,
was
baby. So no.
yeah, it was good. So I was pleasantly surprised. I like this one. What
Yeah.
about you, Timbo? What do you think?
It's the same. Y'all know Sonics is always kind of a thing for me. I'm always looking for a certain type of thing. This was I almost feel like Billy. Like it wasn't quite that, but I still liked it. Like I love the melodies and the harmonies and the way she sings too. I think she has a very nice voice. And so that's what I was really captivated by. I liked 2, 3, and 4. I don't really care for you, Peter Bogdanovich. I guess the song about being a cowboy, and then No More Virgos. That's hilarious because I've dated
I
plenty of
thought that was funny.
Virgos, so that's hilarious. Like I know what she was getting at with that. So that was kind of funny, but yeah, definitely it was very thematic, cinematic, all of that. I really felt like I was in some type of western, or she was really trying to paint that type of a picture. But I just really, like I said, I like her melodies, her harmonies, and her hooks. The refrains and things, and the things that she chose to repeat, to make a hook in the songs. So, yeah, pleasantly surprised with this for sure.
Yeah, it was dope, man. Look at that. Sound like she got 3 fans from. Was this the first time you guys just have listened to her?
For sure.
Okay. Yeah, I like it. I wonder if this is her first music. I don't think it is her first
Me,
album.
I
I think
doubt
it's her.
it.
I don't think so.
I think it's her debut album.
Okay. I wonder if she got a mixtape out there we can
It
listen to.
is okay.
Like, that was pretty good. Look at us getting on at the beginning of somebody's career, or
Mm-hmm.
toward the beginning of her career. Yeah, I like
Yeah,
that.
no, it was her first official project. So, yeah.
That's
Um,
cool. Okay, so we all have an album. This time around is something that we want to listen to, something that we're looking forward to. Maybe I am bringing forth "Blur" by Xavier Omar.
Mm-hmm.
Timbo, what you got?
Let me see if this is out yet. Because I do not want to pick an album that's not out yet.
That's true. We have
Okay.
had that problem before.
I believe I'm going to go with Sick by Earl Sweatshirt.
Okay. By Earl Sweatshirt, you said?
Yeah.
All right, Billy, what you got?
Ramona Park broke my heart by Vince Staples.
He put all her business out there.
Hmm?
I said he put all her business out there.
I thought Ramona Park was a place.
Oh, child, I don't know. I heard Ramona thought it was a person.
But I think that's where he.
Okay. So this last album that we listened to was a selection by.
Billy, I believe. It seemed like something he would pick. Yeah, no, it was. Because I watched the
Was.
episode.
Was.
Yeah.
I mean, wasn't that album art kind of crazy too? I
The
still
album
Yeah.
think
art was sick. Yeah, I was definitely looking at it and wondering what the stories behind it was before I started
yeah.
listening to it.
And now that you say that, I don't get what the title has to do with the album either. I should do
I
some more
don't,
research.
because that was the whole thing that sold me on it was the title, because I didn't even
Yeah.
know if C-Matt. I thought C-Matt was a gentleman.
Hmm. All right. Um, I'm picking, right? I'm taking away something. I'm going to take away something tells me to take away Blur, but I can't tell you why. So we're going to scratch out Blur.
Probably because it's short. It's only 6 pieces, but man, it's gonna be so good. I listened to the first song and I was like, nope, let me save it just in case it gets picked because it'll be a shorty but a goodie. And I've been looking forward to music from him. So definitely everybody should go out there and listen to it. Xavier Omar, Blur, check it out. So with that, I don't know much about Earl Sweatshirt, and I've really been looking forward to a Vince Staples project. So we are going to take away Sick by Earl
Oh,
Sweatshirt,
let's go, Vince.
and we will listen to Vince Staples and see what's going on at Ramona Park, or who Ramona Park is, right?
No, it's Ramona Park. I thought Ramona Park was a person, but she's not. It's a park. So, okay. So, yeah.
Cool. So in our reading, we're coming right up on the end of it, chapter 11
Mhm.
in our book,
Mm-hmm.
White Fragility by Miss Robin DiAngelo. We got chapter 11, White Woman's Tears. Interesting chapter.
Very.
Well, all her
Very interesting.
chapters have been interesting. All of them have been really informative, and all of them have really kind of made me kind of think about race, of course, but even just life, and just the way that I portray myself and the way I kind of go about, things and the way I kind of think about things, because it's not all just black and white, some of the same, insecurities and things that we talk about them having, we have in ourselves. So, but what did you guys think about this chapter in particular?
I 100% agree with what you just said. That's one of the things that I am appreciative about in this book is just when something when you feel guilty when you've been convicted about. I have done that. It may not have been in that like particular or a racial situation, but a situation where maybe you should revisit that behavior and see if that behavior was beneficial or were you really just trying to protect your ego or your pride.
Right.
Even if it seemed like the right thing to do, maybe you're just not as holy as you think you are with the tactic and you didn't know. But the way she paints the picture, some of these moves, um, it shows how they can be detrimental to relationships. This
Hmm.
chapter in particular, I like how she continues to bring up the complexity of the history of black and white, the white women's tears when you bring, your sensitivity to a matter and the history of how this particular sensitivity to a matter has caused detriment to a community.
Hmm.
Uh,
time and time
It's
again.
really, that's complex.
Hmm.
And then you also, your tears also could mean um it's all about you now. When
I
it's
think that's
things
what it mostly means, if you're asking me. But
See,
that's just me.
it makes me feel bad for the cases where it is genuine, because there are times where it
Mhm,
absolutely is genuine, and there absolutely has to be times where it's like, no, I'm really feeling for you. But
mhm.
I could also see,
But I feel like, sis, stay out the room.
and I completely understand people feeling that way, you know?
Nothing personal, but it's just like, no, we in that given situation, whatever had just happened, I believe they were talking about a black man that had just gotten shot by police. Yeah, no, we don't want the tears there. Not right there. I don't,
Right.
Hmm.
because it's not going to do nothing. It's not going to change anything.
And she talks about that. She talks about how we are not interrupting the system, or how they are not interrupting the system that facilitates this kind of behavior. When that
Hmm.
stuff is messed up, you crying, and it's a lot of people don't know what they're really crying about.
Right.
Your tears don't mean anything if you aren't doing something to interrupt the injustice.
Exactly.
Thank you. He said it was so much more cool. That's basically what I was getting at.
Oh,
But y'all know how I am. I don't always have time for coos. So
no, I mean,
Sure.
I understand the passion behind it, definitely. Um, yeah, but I thought it was interesting how in this chapter, how she kind of went and spoke about how emotions are kind of political.
they can be,
Yep.
yes.
Yeah, and how
Yes.
basically, people use those emotions to be manipulative all the time, you know, and we see that so on and so. I mean, throughout history. Um,
Fake crying, no tears, all of that.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like, see even another real life example. Well, all of this is real life, but just right there. Um, if I believe that only bad people are racist, I will feel hurt, offended, and shamed when an unaware racist assumption of mine is pointed out. If I instead believe that having racist assumptions is inevitable but possible to change, I will feel gratitude. And when an unaware racist assumption is pointed out, now I am aware of it and can change that assumption. I think that that's really cool. And even just taking racism and race out of it completely, and thinking about it even just in this cancel culture kind of thing, like if everybody could just take a second, take a breath, hey, you offended somebody, doesn't make you a bad person, try to figure out why this person is offended, understand where they're coming from, and you can get so much further. You can go so much further. So when I read that, I had to highlight it because it just to me speaks to today.
Hmm.
For sure. I think that something you said, I think earlier about beliefs or emotions. I think you said something earlier. She touched on this in an earlier chapter, how some people use their emotions um, as beliefs, as a system of beliefs, but they equate beliefs with facts or truths, not being able to separate the difference. And she talks about how these emotions form beliefs that people treat as truths when they enter the room, and they feel like they have a right to turn things around or insert this emotion and belief as a truth, and it's not. And then when it's addressed to put it in its proper perspective or place, that's when you have more tears. And these more tears cause
It's the
resources to
tears, hurry.
you know what I mean, to the tears versus to the situation that's on the table.
Right.
Exactly.
She's just running
It's
around in
a
circles and
cycle,
showing you how these
cycle
things
of
will
tears.
evolve.
What about the Trail of Tears? No, they don't want to talk about that.
No, no, they want to take that out the history books, probably.
Wow, man. Yeah, I'm liking how she's breaking some of this stuff down,
Oh, definitely. I'm really enjoying this book.
man.
Um, like we kind of spoke even before we came on. I was telling you guys that I'm getting a little more just out of this than I initially thought I would. Just looking at the cover of it. So I'm very happy that we're reading it. And with this, we are on the last chapter,
Chapter
chapter
12.
12. Where do we go from here?
Literally.
So
Where do we go?
we'll be reading that, and that'll be an interesting chapter. So we will see chapter 12 when we come through next. Now, with that being said, we are at the end of the book. We need to find something to read next.
It's like
Yeah,
my
let's clap it up. Definitely,
This
let's
is so
clap it up
cool, man.
for
Through
being
book.
at the end. Another one.
Exactly. That's
yeah,
what I
right,
mean.
another one.
Is it been three? It's been 3 books, right? 3 books worth of knowledge that we didn't have at the beginning of the year, and we got it together. That's cool, bro.
So cool. Definitely.
That's cool. Yeah.
So we need something else to read.
Yes, we do.
So we sat and we
So
spoke about it. Billy, what we got?
Nile Valley Contributions to Civilization by Anthony T. Browder. I was looking, just curious about, heritage and ancestry and things like that, a little while ago. And my friend like JR got the hits. He's so he's had taken a deep dive into this understanding of himself and his bloodline, his legacy, his culture, and whatnot. And it's got me interested. And I just started poking around in different places, and I found a video that led me to this book. It was a very interesting book, and really, what it just talks about is how what was going on in the Nile Valley contributed to a lot of the things that we do today. Maybe farming systems, maybe there's some technologies. I just want to know. It made me curious because I want to know where some of these things started. And if they started all the way back then, maybe understanding how a society or another civilization made do with what they had and made some amazing things happen that we still use today. I'm curious about that. And I think that's what that book's about.
I like it. So
I'm excited to read it. So
cool. Oh man.
Cool.
Yo, shout out to JR actually. It's funny that you
yeah.
mentioned him. I just got a book in the mail like a week ago. That was a suggestion from him.
Which
So
one? Which one?
do I got it right here? So there we go.
Yo, I
What is
want
that?
It
you,
is
bro.
The Secret Language of Birthdays.
You got
It
it.
is
Yes, that's the book.
so I
I only
just
know
got
it
that. I
because
haven't.
I walked around and he was showing me stuff. He's like, "Hey, man, when? What? Because of what and what? And what happens? Oh yeah, this sound like you? At least 80%. At least
It,
80%, bro."
so
Which I think there's probably like a big pool that we could probably all fall in. And maybe it's not as hard as it seems. Maybe it's
that's
not
how I
so
feel.
much magic. But dude, read that book. I have to have one of those books. I have
Yeah.
to. It's interesting. Oh, have you looked yourself up or anybody else up in the book yet?
I have not. I looked up. Well, I have not looked up anyone. The wife, I had her read the first little bit on herself,
Mhm.
and she did not think that it sounded like her. However, when I looked at it, because they kind of break it down by day, so I gave her her day, but I'm thinking that the day before may sound more like her, and she was born really early in the AM. So I don't know. I'm gonna give it some. I'm gonna look into it and give it some reading. Especially
Okay.
around the people that I kind of know the most, where I feel like I have an informed kind of I
Mhm.
can kind of look in kind of be objective about what I think and kind of see if it lines up or if it's all just well I won't say it's all crap because I kind of feel like you do, Billy, where I feel like a good 80% is gonna be you. You'll sit here and read a horoscope and it'll be like, oh, you've had some hard things to ponder on today. Like who doesn't have things
Right,
to
that part.
ponder on from day to day, that kind of thing. So
With this economy, I mean, hell. Anyway.
so ain't that the truth?
It's gonna surprise you for sure. Oh, I can't wait. Oh man, I can't wait to have this conversation.
Yeah, so
Where'd
that's
you get
a
that
super
from?
dope. Amazon. I ordered it off Amazon.
How much was it on
Um,
Amazon?
More than it would have been on Thrift Books. Shout out to Thrift Books. I can't remember. I have to look it up.
Shout out to Thrift Book for sure. Yeah, what I'm sorry.
Yeah, man. Let's get this on preguntas.
Keep that.
Sombrero de preguntas. The sombrero gonna check you if you don't say sombrero.
Right? You're like, man, these questions ain't come from nowhere.
Right. You can't have questions with no sombrero. So
We got a double one. The first
a
one
double
says
whammy.
silver or gold. Gold.
Silver. Sorry about that.
Man,
That's what I started thinking about. But silver.
Oh, why silver? I'm curious.
I've always rocked with the vibe of silver more. It seems
what
like
reason? No,
just
not for me, not
aesthetically.
for you. I meant like for
Oh,
what
okay.
reason is my answer to like the question, I guess.
Oh, because I mean, it's
Like
an option.
for like
So
value, I would say gold, right? But for look, I kind of like, well, I guess white gold. I kind of like the look of,
thank you. I was gonna say silver or white gold. It's like if you like silver so much, which one you like better, silver or white gold?
yeah, I don't have to go with the white gold.
Ah, two golds.
Mm-mm. And one silver.
All right. So on the back side, what's your favorite number and why?
Oh
Huh.
goodness.
My favorite number is three. Pretty much because when I growing up, I didn't care for even numbers. Don't ask me why.
Which is
Don't.
so funny because mine is the complete opposite. Go ahead.
So, like, if you do something once, one time may not be enough. So you're gonna do it again twice. But I don't like even numbers. So I'm not complete. You know what I mean? Until I get to three. And three is just a nice little succinct number of variety of tried times. I like three, I like seven, and I like 11. Something about seven is just nice. But three
I
has been
like,
like favorite number
yeah,
since I was.
that's interesting. Seven is my number too. Like, I don't know how. I think when I was younger, it was just the number of letters in my first name. So and it just kind of just stuck. The seven number completion. Just all of it.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, divinity too. I forgot about
Hmm.
that. I think that's probably where I picked it up. I was like, "Ooh, seven is like divine. I'm gonna like seven now." I think that's what
I feel that.
happened.
So what's yours, Timbo? I mean, I know it's an
My
easy number.
birthday is my favorite. My birthday is my favorite number. 4, 6, 90. I like 4. I like 6, and I like 90. So
Oh,
I feel that.
well, that was something.
That's
yeah.
interesting. And that's a question that I never would have thought to ask you guys either.
Cool.
Like, what's your favorite number and why? Like, yeah.
Right. I mean, that's why we have these questions, I guess. Just like with the books and music, we'll get exposed to different stuff that we wouldn't have considered.
You know, only under the blacktop.
Only under the
Only.
black but
Oh, that's funny.
at home. You can send us in your answers to this question. What's your favorite number and why? Send us some new questions because we're getting low. Timbo, where can they reach us?
Blacktopasylum@gmail.com.
Yes, we will check it. And Ray, where can they find that content?
Man, find our content on Spotify, any of those podcast catchers, man. We are out there. Please, give us a thumbs up, like, subscribe. All of that good stuff that the people be saying.
Yes.
All of it. If you don't like us,
Time,
let us know.
let us know. Times two. Like, comment, and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you like the show, let us know. If you don't like the show, let us know. And until next time, the Black Top is not close. Peace.
Peace.